As a mom, do you feel guilty for taking time for yourself? Even when you know it's necessary, but you just feel this sense of guilt. You don't want to take time out for yourself, but you focus on every other person. Now, what if I told you that choosing yourself is not you being selfish as a mom, but rather choosing yourself is all about you being confident. It's a way of boosting and improving your confidence. Do you feel like selfish? Do you feel selfish for resting? You want to rest and you feel, oh my God, I don't want to rest. I have a lot of things to do. Do you feel like you can't say no? It's difficult for you to say no. You always have to say yes to everyone as a mom. I'm here to tell you, you can learn to do something differently. Do you neglect your personal growth or your self-care? Do you feel, oh my God, I'm so tired, but you focus on every other person as a mom? You must learn to do things differently. Do you believe that your self-worth is measured by your constant sacrifices? You believe that you must sacrifice before you're worthy. You believe you're not worthy as a mom except you constantly sacrifice a lot of things, your time, yourself, and everything. You must learn to do things different. That's why we're having this conversation. Do you constantly criticize yourself? Do you constantly tell yourself, oh my God, I've not got confidence as a mom? You must learn to do things differently. Do you find it difficult to understand the season of your life and try to create a sense of balance between your family life, your personal needs, and everything you do? As a mom, you must learn to do things differently. You must learn to choose yourself over other people. And choosing yourself has to do with you or we taking care of ourselves, we being intentional about our growth. And it also has a way of helping you reduce your energy. Because when you spread your energy everywhere, all over the place, you find out that at the end of the day, you're tired, you're burnt out, you're just not yourself. So we must learn to choose ourselves. So as a mom, tell yourself today, I will choose myself over and over again. Choose yourself in everything. In you resting, in you saying no where you need to say no, in your self-care, in your personal growth, in your development, everything. Learn to choose yourself first. Now, guilt is one of the obstacles that can help us to build our confidence as mom. So you're working on your confidence. You're trying to build your confidence. One of the obstacles, one of the hindrances to build that confidence of yours or of ours is we feeling guilty. The truth is that many of us as moms feel guilty to rest. We feel guilty to say no. We feel guilty to even grow. You want to invest so much in your child and every other person, but you neglect yourself. Today, learn to choose yourself. The truth is that we must learn to nurture ourselves. We must learn to replace our energies. We do a lot of things. You have a lot of responsibilities as a mom. Well, how often do you replace your energy? How often do you take time to even say, okay, let me even check how emotionally stable I'm doing, how I'm coping, how I'm going on with this situation, with this season of my life? How often do we sit down to reflect? The truth is that when we begin to choose ourselves, when we begin to reflect, that means that is the time we begin to show respect for ourselves as mom. Now, I'm here to tell you that excuse me, guilt is a signal, not a command. When you constantly feel guilty as a mom, it's a signal that probably you're not choosing yourself. Probably you're choosing someone else over you. You're choosing the next person over you. So you must learn to do things differently and choose today to choose yourself. When you take care of yourself as a mom, you become more calm, you become more confident, and you become more present as a parent. So you must choose yourself. And one of the ways of choosing yourself is to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries does not make people to run away from you. Boundaries make the next person to understand you better, to understand how best they can relate with you. It makes them to understand your values, what you like, what you don't like. So it is important for us to set healthy boundaries as moms. It is also important for us to understand our self-worth. You're worthy, you're enough. It's not by you doing something that'll make you worthy. Your actions, your qualifications, your work is not what will make you worthy. You're already worthy even before you were born. So it doesn't matter where you're starting from as a mom. You're listening to me. I am here to tell you you're already worthy. Now we must also learn to regulate our emotions. It's also part of self-care. How well do you regulate your emotions? Or is your emotions all over the place? How well do you calm down? How often do you calm down? Do you take a breath? Do you ask yourself questions? Do you say, oh God, I think I did not do well in managing the situation. What can I do differently? So we must learn to choose ourselves over and over again in all situations. So how can we learn to choose ourselves in practical ways? Number one, we must redefine what self-care is for us. So what is self-care to you? So many people have different explanations of what self-care is to them, but I'll rather I go for self-care that has to do with improving me as a person. So self-care should make you better mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all aspects. Self-care does not have to be done outside of you. Self-care needs to be done within you. So some people think, oh, I need to travel to a particular place before I take care of myself. No, you can take care of yourself in your house, in your space. It's all about you improving your mindset, you improving your emotions, your spirituality, everything about you. So redefine what self-care is for you and begin to choose yourself and begin to practice that self-care on yourself. The second thing we can do as mom is to schedule time for yourself. Do you have time for yourself? Do you even have timetable for yourself? Most times we have structure, we have timetable for our children, but we don't have for ourselves. So you can take 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes a day for yourself. It's going to make a huge lot of difference. Take time for yourself and reflect. Take time for yourself and journal. Journal your thoughts, journal your goals, journal your dreams, your aspirations, where you are on your journey, what you need to do, what you're not getting right, the areas you need to work on as a mom. So today, choose yourself by taking time, scheduling time for yourself. Then the other thing we can do is to set boundaries. So practice saying no when it's unnecessary. For example, someone has invited you for an event and you know it is difficult for you to attend that event. You have your children, you have so many things to do at home, and you say yes because you want to please the person, because you don't want people to say, oh, what will they say? No. We must learn to say no and get comfortable with saying no. You are in a group, you're in a community that is draining you, draining your time. The season of life where you are does not support it. Probably you have toddlers. And every other person in that community has adult children that probably have left the house, are independent, and you are struggling with your toddlers and you're in that space. What you're doing is that you're not just choosing yourself, you're choosing other people over you. So we must learn to set boundaries. And one of the ways to set boundaries is to get comfortable with saying no. The other thing we can do is to reflect on our benefits. So notice how you respond when you're calm. Reflect on the benefit of you being calm, being confident. It is different. Your approach is different. You appreciate yourself more. So since the benefit of being calm outweighs or is greater than you not being calm, why not continue your model being calm as a parent? Then the last or the fifth thing we can do is to practice self-compassion. Learn to extend grace and compassion to yourself. Most of us don't extend grace and compassion to ourselves. You make one mistake and you're all over the place. You're like, oh my God, I've made this mistake. Oh my God, when you make a mistake, you get up, you dust yourself, and you continue. There's a book I read by John Maxwell, and the name of the book is Failing Forward. And he explained in that book that as a mom or as an individual, we must learn to fail forward. You've not failed. The only time you fail is when you make a mistake and you tell yourself there's nothing I can do with that mistake. Your mistake, what you call failure, might just be an opportunity for you to grow. It might be an opportunity for you to look at something from a different perspective. It might be an opportunity for you to look at something from a different light. It might even be an opportunity for you probably God is trying to direct you towards a different direction. So we must learn to extend grace and compassion to ourselves. Replace guilt with gratitude. Tell yourself you are doing your best. Tell yourself you are worthy. Tell yourself you are enough. Tell yourself you are a God. Tell yourself you are a masterpiece as a mom. Indeed you are. How often do you say this to yourself? It's possible you say it to so many people, you say it to your child, but you don't say it to yourself. So today, we must learn to choose ourselves as moms. Now, choosing yourself is not selfish. When you choose yourself, you're not being selfish as a mom. You must choose yourself over and over again by nurturing your mind, read the right books, listen to the right messages, the right podcasts, the right videos, follow the right coaches, the right mentors. You must nurture your mind, nurturing your body, nurturing your spirit. The spirit is important, so we don't have to neglect our spirit. When you do that, you find out that you become more confident as a mom. When you do that, you find out that you become more joyful, you become more content, you become more resilient, and everyone around you is going to feel the benefit of you choosing yourself. Because when you are whole, you parent from the place of wholeness. When you're whole, you tend to be whole to everyone around you. But when you're not whole, when you're all over the place, when you just feel you're shortchanging yourself, you find out that even your emotions will be all over the place. So today, I call upon you to choose yourself. You're a mom, you're listening to me, choose yourself today. Make that decision to choose yourself over and over again. Go through the steps we've listed and start to implement on it. Choose yourself, improve on your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, your emotions, and you'll be so grateful you did. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Chioma Odikolo. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate your time. I do not take your time for granted. Now, until I come your way next time, but please remember to share this video. Please like this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Unique Parent Academy. Yes, until I come your way next time, do have a great day and bye.